What's going on, everyone? My name is Jade and I'm delighted to welcome you to another video right here on FPL Empire. As you can see, I'm in a new location. As some of you already know, I'm currently receiving treatment. I've been down for some time, and this video is going to be very short, very fast, straight to the point. So in this one, we'll be looking at how my wildcard team performed in the previous game week. What are my thought process going into the new Gameweek 5, my team selection, my captaincy decision, and a whole lot of other decisions that surrounds my team, my injuries at the moment too, and the transfers that I plan to make to set my team up for Gameweek 5. So give it a like if you enjoy it, subscribe if you have not done so already, and let's jump into this one, guys. So Gameweek 4 was again a successful week. Of course, some of the players in my team were quite unfortunate in the game week. They could have easily all come, up with double figures easily in Game Week 4 in their respective matches, but they were just unlucky. Case in point, since Medo, who could have been that day, probably produce a 15-pointer or a 20-pointer in Game 4 against Watford. Another notable mention is GW5 that could have probably even scored a goal and had 2 assists or even 3 assists if not for Sadio Mane that was just very wasteful in front of goal, and then he hit a crossbar to one attack phase. So all in all, I'm not going to moan because it was a reasonable score, 71 points in all, and that was a massive green arrow catapulted all the way from 311k to within the first 200k, which is massive, quite massive. So now let's quickly review how my players performed in Game Week 4. So we'll be starting up in goal with Daniel Bachmann. Watford they were unfortunate to concede an own goal, which pretty much opened the doors for the second goal for Wolves in that game against the Wolves. At some point, I thought the game was going to end in a 0-0 draw, really, because both teams were pretty unfortunate, and then I would have really loved it if the match ended at 0-0, but it was what it was, and Bachmann came up with 2 points in that particular match. The decision to bring him in for Sanchez pretty much hurt me a little bit because Brighton kept a clean sheet, but like I said, no regret. I didn't bring him to the team for that game against Wolves alone. It was from a stretch, and with his ownership pretty much very low, I have the confidence that he's still going to produce going forward. And at the end of the day, put his performance and Sanchez's performance into his skill, he'll probably be in the same bracket at the end of, say, Game 10 or Game 15 when we come back to evaluate. Further forward now to the defense proper is clearly easily the most creative player at this point in time in the Premier League. Irrespective of the position, he is also good. He has created the most chances of any player of any team in the entire league so far in the 21-22 season. And of course, in the game against Leeds United, it was again a thorn in the flesh of the Leeds United defense. It was everywhere. I saw that game and I was in awe of Trent Alexander-Arnold. He carried out, it comes naturally to him. If you see the match against AC Milan that was yesterday, you like the fact that this guy is just a genius. Really, he's just so good. So he returned 12 points against Leeds United. He could have easily had more in the game. However, he was a blessing, really. It was a blessing to my team. Next is Nelson Semedo, a player that is very, very, at the moment, most likely one of the most unlucky FPL assets that we have in the game. In the match against Watford, he had 5 touches in the penalty box, in the opposition penalty box, which was forced, in that particular match. He had 3 shots in the box, which again was forced in that particular match. He created 2 big chances, which again was forced in that match, and his SG for goals are 0.71, second in that match. The matrix, the statistics were there. Another day, like I said earlier, we would have really all in that match, but then sometimes you need luck to really put it all, to pull it off. And a fitting example to this is the eloquent testimony as far as Marcel. It was just fortunate, was it not? And 13 points, that he racked up, and I felt jealous because he was in my wild card initially before, I took him out for Semedo. But the truth is, who is the better player? Semedo, and the fixtures still look so good. And Marcel will not always be that lucky, unfortunate, of course. And the ceiling is way bigger and higher for Nelson Semedo, and I believe that it's only a matter of time before he starts to repay the trust and the confidence that we have in his talent and his attacking contribution that he brings to the table for Wolves. Next is Quarantini, and like I said, of course, last week, that the terrible run Arsenal was going to come to an end against Norwich. I knew they were going to keep a clean sheet. I knew they were going to win. I even shot the video wearing an Arsenal jersey to throw in my support, my 1 cent to the cause for Arsenal. And I was really elated that it was narrow, the goal was scrappy, but then 3 points is 3 points, right? And clean sheet is clean sheet. And Tini came up with 1 bonus point at the end of the day, which was a good sight. And that's pretty much summed up my 3-man backline. All of them, no one blanked, which is good. Hopefully long that will continue. So now to the midfield, we'll start with Mo Salah, an historic 100 Premier League goal for Mo Salah in that match against Leeds United, and we're all very happy, right? At that particular week, he was the most captain player in the entire game, which shows how much people have confidence in the Egyptian king. He didn't disappoint. He would have easily also produced a double figure if not for Sadio Mane's reluctant to just square the ball to him. Most Salah is just square the ball to him, Mane. Just give him the ball. All right. He was lively all through the match against Leeds United, and though it was unfortunate in the injury to Harvey Elliott, wish him quick recovery with a great guy. The fixtures still look really nice, and next is Crystal Palace, and Mo Salah, you can never rule him out. You can never doubt him. He will always come up with the goods. So he scored 1 goal, and with his clean sheet points, the total of 8 points against Leeds United. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. Another player who is also very unlucky in Gameweek 4 was Gameweek. Now, like I said earlier, easily would have scored a goal and 2-3 assists, but it was what it was, and he blanked eventually, and 3 points, not much to say. Bobby Firmino is still out, and Crystal Palace and Brentford next 2 games. Enough time for Diego to repay the faith we have in him. he was really lively in the match against Leeds United. As a matter of fact, he created quite a number of good chances in the match. Was it 6? Yes, more than any other player on the pitch in that 3-0 win over Leeds United. 6 chances, yes, 6 chances. So which shows that he's very creative. He's not just a goal scorer, he's a creative player, and we need all of this creativity going forward. Next is Ferran Torres. Not that I was expecting him to haul. I was actually expecting goals in that match, but the goals never came. It was just a scrap goal at the end of by Bernardo Silva. However, the chances are there that Ferran will continue to start for Man City. It started midweek in the Champions League game, though it was hauled off midweek in the second half. He's very likely going to start again this weekend against Southampton, so we'll really still repay the faith we have in him in our wild card, in my wild card. And our next is Pablo Fornals, another player who blanked. There was not much to say. West Ham generally in the match against Southampton were nothing to write about, nothing to say basically. However, the fixture is still there for Pablo to redeem himself because he's going to stay in my team because the fact that they are playing Manchester United this weekend. And finally, it's Musa Sissoko, an automatic substitution who came in for the injured Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He blanked, 2 solitary points in that match against Wolves, and not much to say really, basically, regarding Sissoko. So the forward line now, the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo. I think I'm allowed to shout a seal in this video. What a comeback he had. 2 goals. He was a captain. That's 26 points. Brilliant, just brilliant. And this is the thin line between being unlucky and, of course, being pretty fortunate, because the fact remains that we can accredit a level of fortune to Cristiano Ronaldo's performance, homecoming performance, and of course, he's an evil genius. He will always be there, right place, right time, right moment. He took his chances, and it was a great day for football. It was a great day for everyone who loves Cristiano Ronaldo. It was a great day for all of us who have in our team. More than 2 million managers brought him into their team before Gameweek 4. At the moment, it's like 40-something% effective ownership. That's just bonkers. That's just mad, and we should respect that. Those figures continue to rise. So our captain, pulled it off. He turned up as we were expecting to, and to end this review, it's pretty much on a minus note because Mikel Antonio brandish, design, decorates a template with -1. He got sent off in the match against Southampton, having been booked twice. He's going to miss the next match now, giving us quite a number of dilemma to take care of in preparing for the new Gameweek 5. So -1 for Mikel Antonio, not much to say. I'm not even going to bother. And all in all, together, we have 71 points, which is not bad considering the fact that the average point for the week was 57 points. Quite a number of people actually took it, so it assisted the number of us who didn't. -4, -8, -12 were flying all over the place. In fact, before the first ball was kicked, I had moved in rank for a few thousand places. So we showed many people actually took it in Gameweek 4. I didn't, and it worked, and that has moved me from 311k in the overall rank to 197,474. That's just crazy. At the start of the season, at pre-season, if you give me this rank, I'll take it. By Gameweek 5, I will really take it. With both hands. I'm loving the feeling right now. Yes, we've been unfortunate. I've made some bad calls, bad decisions, but that's just FPL, right? It's a game of decisions. So when you make right ones, you get rewarded for them. When you make terrible decisions, you get pumped. You find yourself in the mud, like we usually see, in Twitter banters and all. But very nice, position I'm in at the moment, and I'm reveling in it. I'm enjoying it. So I just need to take things easy, and it is by Game 7 we'll reevaluate and see where I'll be, and how we can realistically setting targets and goals for the rest of the first half of this season. So now to how I'm going to set up my team for Gameweek 5. So in goal is Daniel Bachmann. The game against Norwich is one of the reasons why I actually signed him. I expect that Watford would, keep a clean sheet in that match. It's an away match, but Norwich are just everywhere at the moment, and I'm actually expecting a clean sheet from that match, and a couple of safe spawns too from Bachmann. Further forward to the defense now, the first man on the team sheet, Trent Alexander-Arnold against Crystal Palace. That's like a dream fixture for Liverpool in Anfield. And next is Nelson Semedo against Brentford. A decent fixture for Wolves. One of the 3 sweet fixtures going forward from Gameweek 5 to Gameweek 7, because next plays Southampton and then Newcastle. And finally, to complete the 3-man backline is Quarantini. Arsenal is playing Burnley away, and Burnley are just Burnley at the moment. A bit messed up. So I expect Arsenal to take maximum points from Burnley in this fixture, including his clean sheets and some attacking returns from Tierney too in this particular fixture. Now to the midfield, starting from the king himself, Mo Salah against Crystal Palace is hard. They are one of his favorite opponents actually, and we can't wait for Mo Salah, with all due respect to Crystal Palace, to punish them against this weekend, and that is why we're doubling up with Diego Jota, who plays as a number 9 in that particular fixture. Next is Ferran Torres against Southampton. This is one of the key fixtures that motivated me in bringing Ferran into my team, and I have a feeling that Man City is going to just punish Southampton this fixture, maybe for 5 or 6 or 7, and Ferran isn't just again come up with a double figure in this particular match. Pablo Fornals is playing against Manchester United, but because of the fact that my bench is thin at the moment because of injuries, Manchester United have been conceding. This is one of the reasons I shipped Luke Shaw out of my team. They have been conceding almost every single game they've played this season, and I wouldn't be surprised, even though Antonio is unavailable, that West Ham United will nick a goal or 2 against Manchester United. Of course, United may end up winning the match, but they may end up also conceding. And I won't put it past Pablo Fornals in this match or Rama, but I really would prefer for now to be the one who just nicked that goal or two against Manchester United. And finally, Musa Sissoko is going to be completing the 5-man midfield against Norwich. Is coming in now for Mikel Antonio, who is going to be on the bench. He's going to miss one match against Manchester United, and he's going to return in the match against Leeds United. So I'm not going to sell him. He's going to be on my bench for that one game that he's going to miss as a result of his suspension. Now to the attack. Cristiano Ronaldo against West Ham United, who at the moment are conceding goals from just about everywhere. They've conceded 2 goals in the last 4 game weeks, I'm not mistaken. So they are vulnerable to conceding goals, and of course, Manchester United is going to punish them. Of course, they didn't have the best of outing in the Champions League in midweek, but I feel they're going to come back strongly this weekend. And Ronaldo, against any defense in the world, will score. Ronaldo always scores, so he's going to be in the team. Next is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who is now confirmed to be injured for 2 to 3 weeks. So we have to make a decision in shipping him out and then bringing another striker into the team. And there were some options to actually pick from. One of the options is Patrick Bamford, but the rumor of the fact that he may be injured didn't really help in my decision making. So I desist from actually proceeding in considering him going forward. So at this stand, one player who would very likely come into the team before the deadline on Friday is Raul Jimenez. He has not hit the ground running this season. He's still finding it difficult to come back to the groove, to get his mojo back after his head injury and after he had returned. However, he's not doing badly when it comes to getting involved in how Wolves play. In Gameweek 4, he created 2 big chances, and Wolves generally have been underperforming when it comes to comparing their statistics and actual performance or results. Bad, win against Watford in the previous game week. So it's pretty much like a gamble, like a big one on Raul Jimenez. So I'm not going to lie this time. This is more than just X's and O's. This is pure gamble. I'm going to take a gamble on Raul Jimenez and sincerely hope that gamble pays off. The fixtures are good. Brentford at home in Gameweek 5, Southampton away in Gameweek 6, and Newcastle at home in Gameweek 7. These 3 fixtures, at least, I pray and I hope, I expect that Raul Jimenez will break his duck, and he's going to return in this game. Yes, I threw the dice in against for Arsenal against Norwich last week and paid off, and I sincerely believe that this is going to be it's going to pay off too. Yes, so Rahul, do not disappoint. That's my confidence on you right there. You do not disappoint. So the bench remains the same. Ben Foster is back from injury and is going to be on the bench. Then Brandon Williams against Watford, and Livramento against Manchester City, and Mikel Antonio obviously is not going to play. He's suspended. So who are we going to give the armband to for this game week? Well, the standout captain for Gameweek 5 is Mo Salah at Anfield against Crystal Palace. So we're going to be giving the armband to Mo Salah, and Cristiano Ronaldo will be the vice captain for the week. Ronaldo is equally a massive captain shout. However, Salah for Gameweek 5 is the safety pick. So my choice is Salah. It has always been, even from pre-season while I was planning my captaincy for the first half of the season, and I'm not going to change my mind. Even with the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo and the frenzy he had caused in the entire fantasy Premier League, the entire league, as a matter of fact. So I'm not going to change my mind. Still Mo Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo for the vice captain. So basically, this is how my team is going to be lining up for Gameweek 5. I am pretty confident in this team, and I know I have quite a number of differentials in my squad at the moment. They are going to assist me in no small way in influencing my rank positively, however, only when they return. So we're going to be hoping, we're going to be expecting them to return. Backman, Semedo, Tini, even Musa Sissoko, Pablo Fornals, they have to return, and when they do, we should be up for another massive, really strong green arrow this game week. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not in my best energy level, so pardon me for that. I hope to come back stronger for game week 6. If you have any question whatsoever about your team, your structure at the moment, the transfer plans, or your transfer thoughts going into a new game week, connect with me in the comment section. I'll be down there too to relate with you. You can also hook up with me on social media at FPL Empire on Twitter and Instagram, where I will be open to answering your question and assisting you to impact your teams positively. So kindly like the video if you have not already done so. Subscribe too if you are new around here and you enjoy the content. So thank you very much for watching. Wish you the very best in Game 5, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.